G-thoughtz.
Welcome back. My son, have a seat.
How ridiculous is faith? Think about it. Prove me faith. Where does it exist? When you run it through the cheat code, x plus y equals z, where do you put faith? I mean, it doesn't literally exist. I can only say it's a meta concept. It's born out of nothing, because I can't prove it. Prove me faith. Where does faith come from? No, where do babies come from? Faith makes no sense if you try to make sense of it. I guess it's just an energy. Why would anyone have faith? Well, you would hope that whatever situation you're in currently is going to get better. Or whatever struggle you're in or you're going through is going to lead to something better. And I guess at the end of the day, faith is just the great equalizer. It's the equal sign. We talk about it in one of the chapters in my book, Faith. It's like a bridge. I use the story from the movie Indiana Jones. I believe it's the Last Crusade, the third one, where he's got this challenge and he's got this chasm in front of him, and the book says there's a bridge and he doesn't see one. And he has to have faith. Everything that brought him to that point, he could prove. But now, going forward, if he wants to continue, he's got to believe in something greater to get him across the chasm. And he makes a choice. He chooses wisely. And the bridge appears. And the rest is, well, movie history. So I guess you could say, going back to the cheat code, faith is the equal sign. It's that invisible bridge between everything that comes before and everything that leads to Z, the totality, the end. And you know you're going to get there. And the bridge appears only when you believe in it. Sounds corny, but that's faith in a nutshell. I know. I can't prove why I know or what's powering the knowing, but I believe. I have hope, and hope anchors faith. It anchors the bridge of faith. And courage as well. The will to keep going regardless. To trust that faith will carry me through to my end point. Faith essentially is what links the present to the future. Because I know I'm going to get there, one way or another. I have faith. I can't prove faith itself, but I could prove when I get there that I got there. And if I didn't have faith to get me there, say it with me, I would never have gotten there. And you could think that, and I sometimes do, that we all have our destiny. Our orbit is pulling us to a definitive endpoint, but we have free will. We have choices. We decide which embellishments get in our way or guide us through. And if we keep going on our path or our orbit being pulled through, we'll get there. Faith is, well, a belief there is a plan, and the plan, I'm built into it. Courage is a full acceptance of that plan. A reason to keep moving, keep going, when there's no proof. People think of faith, at least people around me, they associate it with religion. I could see why. Makes sense. Faith in God, faith in Jesus, Muhammad, Noah, Buddha, whatever. Put a blank space there. Faith in something greater than yourself. You've heard stories. You've seen proof, wink, wink. Or you've read proof. Stories. Stories are but a legacy that's told by those in the future to remind you that if this is a pattern, if there is a cheat code, here's where it worked before. Even in its most improbable, and it worked out then, it'll work out for you. Don't crucify your own life just because you can't prove your own purpose. Just go out and be. Just go out and do. There's an internal GPS that guides us. It powers us. There's no fucking way in hell God or anyone would build a vehicle, would create an entity without some sort of compass to get it in the right direction. Well, my friends, that compass is either external or internal. You either look to the stars or you look within. Faith is the connection that's made. The belief that if I tune to the right frequency, I will receive the transmission. And the transmission will give me the message that I'm supposed to receive and lead me on the path or the orbit I'm supposed to walk. It doesn't make sense to try to prove faith. For what? Faith is but the path, the orbit. You are the entity, the vehicle moving through it. You can be proved, you exist. You know you have a purpose, a why. At the end is a Z. What connects them is the equal sign. That's faith, the path, the orbit. You know you're going to get there. And if you do everything that you can within your power, act accordingly, with humanity, compassion, empathy, with love, nothing can get in your way. The path will open, the orbit will pull, and you'll get there. No matter what. Doesn't mean you won't make mistakes. Those are the embellishments. That's how you learn. That's how you experience. The bumps in the road, metaphorically speaking, remind you you're on a road. You're not flying. You're not gliding. Life's not that easy, kid. But faith gets you there. And you could still get there without faith. Sometimes you blaze your own trail, your own path. But there's something about an orbit, a gravity that's pulling you through. Explain gravity. Scientists have been trying to explain that forever. They can't. Even Einstein failed to understand what gravity was. He couldn't prove it. But he could. He knew something was in that empty space, pulling on everything. Something. I don't know what. But something is doing it. I see the evidence. So it's there. Something's there. I can't explain it, but I know it's there. So I believe. I believe in gravity. I believe in magnetism. I believe in energy. And I could prove it in other ways. But I can't specifically tell you how gravity works. I have an idea. And if I replace gravity with faith, it's the same thing. My friends, it's the same fucking thing. It's what pulls and pushes everything. It's what guides our existence. You don't have to believe in gravity, but it exists. You don't have to have faith, but it's there. Imagine going your whole life not believing in, I'll leave a blank space. Put whatever you want there. You go your entire life not believing in, I'll put a blank space there. And at the end of the journey, when you look back on your experience, look back over the bridge, from your Z, the totality of your experience, you look back and you go, how did I get here? And then you realize that thing, that blank space, was never empty. There was something there that got you to where you needed to go, whether you believed in it or not. Without it, you wouldn't be standing where you are. You have a choice. How do you rectify that? Are you wrong? Are you right? Is it about right or wrong? Or is it just whatever it is, whatever you put there? Faith in God, faith in yourself, faith in those around you, an energy, a magnetism, a gravity that got you moving and pulled you to your destiny. Believe it or not, it's there. Whatever you put in that blank space. We know in the universe nothing is blank, nothing is void. Everything has substance. Everything has a purpose. Whether you believe or not, whether you can prove it or not, whether you can see it or not. Nothing is impossible in the universe, literally and figuratively speaking. I'd like to think that faith is no different in your life or in my life. I can't speak about you. I don't know who you are, but thank you for listening. Do you have faith? Why? Why the fuck would you have faith? Because you believe you're meant for better things? Why? Where does this grandiose thought come from? Where is it born from? Why you? There's 8 billion people on this planet. Why are you so special? Why should you have faith that you're going to be in a better situation? The universe moves all the particles and stuff around. You're but a particle and stuff. You don't have choice, right? You can't adapt and change and evolve. You are what you are, right? What allows you to do that? What allows you to change course and become reborn? Well, my friends, if faith is but the waves in the ocean, and you are the ship being pulled by the waves, then you have one of two choices. You either let it pull you, or you don't. You go another direction. Choose wisely, my friends. Because if you're going against the waves and the energy of the universe, then you're saying that you know better than the universe, that you truly are special. You are one of a kind. And you know a better way forward. I won't pretend to say that I'm that person, because I don't. I'm fully bought into my, faith, my orbit. And yeah, I've got free will. Yeah, I make choices. I'm not a puppet. But I know I've got a destiny, a Z. I know I'm going to get there. The universe is helping me. Why would the universe work against me? The universe doesn't have a personality, it doesn't have a thought. It just does. So if everything's organized for a purpose or reason, there's a beginning and end, and somewhere in the middle there's a crescendo. Unless you think the beginning was the crescendo, I highly doubt it. What a letdown life would be if the crescendo was at the beginning of it, not the end. Or the middle. I'm going to let the universe guide me. I'm going to let my orbit pull me through. Have the courage to believe in the plan. Hope will help me hunker down in the tough time. Or tough times. Faith will be the wind in my sails. That will guide me and pull me. Even if I can't see it, feel it, or maybe even perceive it. I know it's there. Because the alternative is scary. Imagine a faith in nothing. I'm tingling. Imagine that there was nothing in that blank space. Absolute nothingness. And it was only you, kid. It's just you and your will to survive, to protect your ex. What a lonely existence that would be. I choose faith because the alternative doesn't compute for me. Because the alternative is nothing. I can't put nothing in between the Y and the Z. I can't. So I'll put an equal sign, a bridge. I've often said time is but a bridge between now and whatever comes next. And in an equation, time is what brings the X to the Z. Why? You'll see. I don't know what this audio diary was about other than faith. I had some energy inside of me I had to get out. I feel very trapped. But I have faith that this is just a moment in time. And time, like the equal sign, will equalize everything that's going on around me. It'll normalize my existence in a good way. The dust will settle. The energy will slowly stop reverberating and just hum. A beautiful frequency, the highest possible. Serenity. I have faith that serenity's in my future. I just have to believe. Because the alternative is scary as fuck. And well, I grew up in the 90s. I know about alternative. Eventually, even the alternative becomes the mainstream. I digress. At the end of the day, I believe in faith because someone's got to. I'm not materialistic. I don't need proof for everything. Sometimes I just know. Sometimes I just believe.